Hi, it's Fallon here. I'm here to talk to you about the writing process. First, what you want to do when you're writing a paper, you want to brainstorm. You want to really think about the topic, think about ideas, topics to put in your paper. Sit and write them down, and you can narrow them down as you go. But the first thing that you need to do is brainstorm about ideas and topics to put in your paper. Um, the second thing to do is to just write. Write freely. Don't worry about if it sounds good or not. Don't worry about that just yet because you're going to go back and you're going to edit and revise your paper. In my opinion, it's better to just write, freestyle write, rather than to just sit and be stuck for hours, because at least if you write, you'll have something to go back and shape. You'll already have something to work on. You can always take out things. You can always add things in. It's always better to just go ahead and write and get your thoughts on paper first, and then go back and edit and go back and revise. To have a substantial amount of information in your paper, this is when it's time to go ahead and start editing. If you find something that you want to add into the paper that's relevant to the topic, you can add. You can take out something that you don't feel should be there. You do a good deal of editing. You can also have someone look over your paper as well, so that you'll have a second opinion about what may be changed in your paper, or taken out, added in, or anything like that. That's part of the writing process. That's the editing part. Um, the next part is to proofread what you have edited. Um, After you edit, your paper should be slowly coming into form. It should be beginning to shape up. It should be beginning to be structured. So at this point, you want to read your paper for spelling mistakes, capitalization mistakes, punctuation mistakes, um, any type of mistake that you find in your paper. You need to take it out. You can also have someone else look over this as well. It's always good to have a second pair of eyes on your paper, because you may miss something that someone else can pick up. So it's good to have somebody else to proofread your paper as well, to double check to make sure that you don't have any errors in your paper. And after you've proofread your paper, you can never proofread it too many times. If you feel the need to proofread again, then feel free to proofread it again. If you want to ask even another person, a third person, to go over your paper, feel free to do that as well. You can never have too much help. Um, After you proofread it, then you can turn it in. You want to make sure that you take the time to go through the writing process. First, brainstorm. Second, go back and edit the draft. Third, go back and proofread what you've edited, and then have someone else read it over, and then turn it in. Some additional tips that I have is, when you are writing, although I told you to write freely, um, always keep in mind the audience that you have. If it's a scholarly paper, if it's an argumentative paper, if it's a narrative, keep in mind the audience that you are writing to, and use the correct writing style. Also, sure to write in a professional, formal manner. There's a difference between a formal manner and informal conversational style. I see a lot of students who write the way that they talk, and that's not the write a paper. You don't want to use any slang. You don't want to use any abbreviations or anything like that in the paper. You want to speak in full terms. You want to speak in a professional and formal way. No matter what kind of paper you're writing, you always should use formal language. And those are my tips for the writing process. Thank you.